Hi, I'm Andrew Stevenson, and in today's video we're going to go a little bit further with the tabbed notebooks I showed you how to make in the last video, and we're going to turn this one into a contacts book or telephone book, whatever you want to call it. So this is the document that we made previously. If you don't know how to make this, please watch the other video. I will put a link in the description and also in the cards above. Right, so I'm going to make this into a contacts book with an Art Deco theme. So to start off with, we need a table. We'll have 5 rows and 2 columns, and I want it to be about, say, 8. Each cell to be 8mm. That should give people enough room to write. So now I want to set up the actual border of the box, because I don't want it to look like a table. I want it to just look like some lines. So to do that, I will select the table. I'll take off the top border, and I will take off the all verticals, and that should leave me with a series of lines. That's perfect, just what I wanted. And in here I'm going to write the headings that I want to be captured. So things like name, address, let's capitalize it, I'll leave 2 lines for the address, telephone number and email. Now remember, you can make these fonts any you choose. Try and keep it tight to the theme. I'm going to do an Art Deco one, and it just so happens that I do have a few Art Deco style fonts. I got these fonts from Creative Fabrica, so you know they are out there. If you can think of a niche, you'll be able to find a suitable font. There you go, and I'll just up the size to 20. And that's that. Very simple. I'll just shift and duplicate this a few times down. Will I get a 5th in? Yeah, why not? And I do want to space these out a little bit better, so to do that, I'll put the top one where I want that to be, and I'll put the bottom one, where I want that to be. I'll just leave it there actually. And then I'll select them all, and then to equally space them out between themselves, just space vertically. Now that looks a bit cluttered, so I'm going to delete that. What I could have done is just change the size, but I think it needs to be a little bit more spaced out. You want more space for people to write in, really. There you go, that's better. Now I'll just duplicate this over the other page. Space it how you see fit. That looks okay to me. Maybe drag it a little bit to the left. So yeah, that looks okay to me. What I'm also going to do now is I'm going to put a rectangle behind this text, because the plan is to eventually put images here. And if I just put images on without a rectangle in the background covering this text, you won't be able to see the actual text properly. I'll show you what I mean. So I'll just send that to the back. Right click, arrange, move to the back. So you can't see really the text. To remedy that, we'll just draw a box. Again, send that to the back. But not. There we go. Send it to the back but above the pattern. And that's it. Now you can make out the pattern in the background but also the actual workings of the book. I'll just change that colour because I think white would be better. And I might also knock the transparency down just a smidge so you can see a bit of the pattern coming in behind. It's probably too much, to be honest. Yeah, you can just make that out. This is just an experiment, by the way. I might change it later on. So now I've got page 1 sorted. I'll group all that together. So I've grouped together each of these tables with the details in and the rectangle, and I'm going to copy it onto each of the other master pages. So that's a very quick contacts book there. You could leave it at that, really, but we're not going to. We're going to add images. So I've selected the first image in the layers tab. I'm just going to shift control and click to drag it across. And that's the first page done. Just got to keep on doing that with the others. Again, I got these images from Creative Fabrica. And you could use any sort of images. That's the whole point of this book. I'm doing Art Deco. You could do cats, dogs, anything for hairdressers. Hairdressers do need contact books. Any sort of business, any sort of hobby. Just change these images to suit that niche. And with this one simple skeleton, you've got 100 different potential audiences to target. So I'm just going to quickly rattle through this and then we will make the notes section at the back. So that's it. That's the images applied to the background. And if we just quickly add pages to the document, I'll clear the masters from page 1. And I'm just going to do a simple 10 pages of each master just for ease's sake. Obviously you can do it however you please. My last master is for Y and Z, which I can't imagine there being a need for 10 pages for names beginning with Y and Z, but you never know. I'll just do a couple of more sections because you don't need to see it all. It is the same. Add 10 pages, change the master to master B. Continue again, go to the last page of the document, add pages, however many pages you want with the relevant master page. And that's how the book looks. I've just noticed there that I haven't put this table on the right side, so I'll quickly remedy that. So I'm going to go to the master. I do know the alphabet, honestly. So there you go. As you can see, I didn't move the table all the way across to the bleed. So that means two things. First of all, it means that the E is obscured by my rectangle. Secondly, it means that the colour won't go to the edge of the page, which may affect the tabbed effect that we're after. But that's remedied now, and that'll have, yeah, it's rippled all the way through the document, which is fine. Now we're going to add a notes section. So notes are universally wanted in books. They are a good addition, and also they help add a few more pages, give you a bit more value. So I'm just going to insert a new master page, and now I'm going to create aligned pages. Again, to do that, we're going to use the table tool. Just draw out, say, 1 column, 20 rows. Change the height to, again, 8 millimeters. Oops, doesn't like capitals. So as I've said before, I know I'm working in inches, but you know, you can put any sort of unit of measurement in here and it sorts it out for you. The top one, I'll change, just to show you, I'll change this to 0.7 of an inch. So the first line is going to be a bit bigger, and I will add a few more lines there. I won't drag it all the way across, and I'll actually take a couple of those off. Maybe drag it in a little bit, because I'm going to put an image behind here, but again, I want it to show up, so I'll give it a little bit of a border. And maybe even just delete a row there and drag that down a bit. So now I need to format the table itself, as in the borders. To do that, all outside borders to no stroke, and that's it. If I put an image behind here, you'll see, I'll just use this one, you'll see we have the same problem. You can't see the lines, so to sort this out we can do a couple of things. We could either put a fill in the table, or we could do what we did previously and draw a box around it. I'm going to leave it as a fill because I think it looks quite good. I'll just shift control drag that over so it's copied. And I'll do the same here, shift drag. One thing I might do actually is change the line style. So at the minute I've selected the inside horizontal, which are the only lines that I have, and I click on the 0.5 point. So this changes the width of the line, the thickness of the line. You can also slide it up and down, but for me 0.5 was fine. I can also change it from a solid line to a dashed line to a textured line to no line style, but I'm going to do a dashed line just because it makes it a little bit more, is organic the right word, a bit less, you know, kind of formal. Let's do the same here as well. So all inside horizontals. And that's that. That's 2 lined pages. again, now I'll just right click. So you would have done all of these different masters, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. And then finally add 10 copies of the master I page. And there you go, you have your 10 pages of note paper at the end. I will just export this just to show you what it's like. So for KDP you would export it, you click for print, but as soon as you click include bleed, which you need to do, it just removes that preset. And then you would also change it to all pages and then export it that way. I'm just going to do it as a spread so you can actually see what it looks like as a double page book. It takes a while because there are a lot of images involved in this. I embedded the images rather than linked. That's because I have a terrible system of keeping my files, and if I link them I'll end up moving the source file and losing it. So this is it. Name, address, telephone number, email. And we are printing this in black and white. You could print it in colour if you want. The standard colour is quite reasonably priced. I think it's around about 100 pages for $4.50. So that's the book. Obviously you would have all of the letters there. And now you have your little bit of lined paper there. And you can see the dots rather than solid lines. It looks quite good. The one thing left to do is to design the title page. So for that I'm going to add another image. I'll try this one on like that. Shift drag all the way down, and then draw a square. I'll just use a regular text tool. Change the font. Again, you've got to link it all in with your theme. And I'll just put, sometimes it does this. I'll just draw a normal text box, and the font and the size are appropriate. Remember, keep it tied in with your theme. And I'll just type in Art Deco contacts book. Just maybe bring that font size down a smidge so it fits in. And I'll just quickly, they look pretty aligned, but I'll just align them up. And group them together, and then align that for the page. And that's it. A very simple way to knock up a functional and useful contacts book which is tied into your niche. It uses this tab template that we made a few videos ago, and it'll look really, really smart when it's printed. And remember, once you've got the template set up, all you've got to do is just change the images into something else and you've got a brand new niche. You could easily create 100 niches. You could easily You could easily create 100 different contacts books using the same layout simply by changing these images, and you've only got, what was that, 10 or 11 master pages to change the images on, plus that. You can do that in a couple of minutes. All it would take would be a couple of hours, not even hard work, just a couple of hours switching images in and out, and you've got yourself another 100 products to your list. Not just 100 products, but 100 useful products, which, if you've targeted these niches properly, you know will sell. The books look better than a standard notebook. They're more functional than a standard notebook. I think that there's been a few rumours that KDP are cracking down on the low content world. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't dabble really that much in plain line journals, but creating this sort of thing, just stands out. You're not just creating notebooks, you are creating actual products that aren't getting knocked out by everyone. So that's it for today's video. Please do like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I have left a link in the description on how to make these tabbed blank pages. That's the most fiddly bit out of all this thing. The rest of it is just playing and having a bit of fun. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.